There are many times in my hardcore world where things have just glitched. And there are many YouTubers who have done things and it's led to a glitch and it's made it so that their hardcore world can no longer open, usually due to lag and stuff like that. I have created many lag machines, like the End of Light farm needed all sorts of lag stuff, and that was really risky. That could have completely, you know, soft-locked my hardcore world. Then there's just been other weird glitches which have not really had any effect, but I've just had no idea how or why they happened, or I didn't even know they were a thing. But thankfully there was no risk to them. I've seen those in my hardcore world before too. So we're going to be revisiting a load of glitches in my hardcore world, okay? And some of them have allowed me to achieve things that are amazing. Some of them have been risky, some of them have just been unexpected. It's really, really cool what you can do in Minecraft. And some of them have been intentional, some of them have been accidental completely. I was like, well, I didn't expect that glitch. But yeah, we'll get straight into it. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. It's the SP77 Live one. Trying to get to 500k, which would be amazing. What on earth is this? Why is it a blue vine? None of the other vines are that colour. I have never seen a blue vine before. Is there another? Is that just war? There's more over there. What? I wonder if it makes a difference if I sleep. It's still blue. I have absolutely no idea what this is. Let's break out some shears. Start mining this. So wait, a vine's blue if they're in a spruce forest? No. That's green. What? I have absolutely no idea what I've just witnessed. I can't explain it. If anybody knows what's going on, please tell me. Now let's get back to what we came here for. Melons. Final test with these. If I break this, okay, and then place it in the exact same place. Alright, so it must be something to do with the fact that we're now in a... Maybe it's like it crosses over into a river biome or something. No, because that one's not... I have absolutely no clue. So in these shulker boxes, I have all the books and items that I need. Let's grab all of them. Next, I'm going to need some chests and some random blocks. I think dirt will be fine. I've got to be so careful as I do this because I really do not want to corrupt my world. But if I do anything at all wrong, I will do. So yeah, this is going to be so careful. So to begin with, I'm going to fly far away. Next, I build a portal and then head on through. Now then, I want to go a little bit away from where that portal is. I'm going to just go a few chunks in this direction. And to me, this looks like an ideal place. Now I'm going to build a wall so I don't accidentally leave this chunk. The area is complete. Now I'm going to get some chests, and these are going to be what the items are going to be put in. I don't know whether I can actually keep them in shulker boxes. You know what, I'm just going to keep them in shulker boxes and see what happens. So basically, we're going to be rolling back to version 1.14 because that is the version where you could put things like projectile protection, fire protection, blast protection, all on the same piece. It was present in the game from 1.14 to 1.14.2, so for like 3 updates until eventually they patched it out. But of course, because we're going to 1.14, things like netherite did not exist. So just to be on the safe side, everything, absolutely everything, is going into this chest because I won't need any of it. I am just going to sleep though before I do this. There we go. Rise and shine. It's day 2074 and we're about to get armor that's so good it shouldn't even be possible. Final thing to be done is turn my render distance down to 2 so that I'm not going to corrupt any chunks. I'm pretty sure like this chunk might get a little bit ruined, but it should keep everything here. I've just done a little bit of research before going ahead with this, and it turns out that the chunks themselves will get reset no matter what, but your inventory doesn't. So I need to get all of these in my inventory and then I can place them. And now I can save and quit. And now when I do it, it's going to be absolutely fine. I've got the message, do I really want to load this world? It could cause corruption. You know what? No risk, no reward, eh? Actually, I'm Alt F4 in it, guys. I've just realised something. Quick, close it. I think I managed to close it before it opened. Need to remember to set the render distance down to 2. And here we are. As you can see, I've got my inventory, I've got my XP, but the chunks are completely different. And as long as I don't load the chunk that has the portal in it and then delete it, everything should be fine. I'm going to start by placing these along here. Then I'm going to craft 2 of every single armor piece. And then see what good stuff I can get. I'm hoping to get 2 illegal things. In fact, there we go. We got it. We've got protection 4 and projectile protection 4. They should be impossible to get on the same thing, but in this version, it's possible. In other news, I've just realised I need a grindstone to make this more efficient. So welcome to the 1 chunk challenge. I mean, I've got to get everything from this chunk. So with 11 cobblestone, I can make a furnace and smelt the rest. And whilst that cooks, I'm also going to want to make some shears because I could do with the bed. It's going to be dangerous if it goes dark. And I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to have to leave the area and look for a sheep. I found one. Okay, didn't have to go too far. You didn't drop... Oh, you only dropped 2. Come on, eat. That's it. Oh, you are the best sheep ever. Thank you. You can even keep 2 of the wool. I don't need it. With that, I can make a bed and also a grindstone. Now we can properly get to work. And now I've got exactly what I want on all of these. So time to get the anvil. This is where you have to do things in a pretty specific order to get the most efficient amount. So you see, only going to cost 4. We want the lowest cost possible. Let's start by doing this. And we're just going to kind of, yeah, keep doing the cheapest one. I'm going to leave thorns till the end. So I'm going to go like that. That's going to cost 20. And then with thorns on, 27. Perfect. I can put that on. That's fully maxed out, like more than you would believe. Next I'm going to do the helmet, which is the other difficult one. And the ammo just broke on me. But that's why we brought 60 blocks of iron. Okay, it's gone dark. I need to sleep. The last thing I need is for a creeper to spawn or something. Yeah, you see, look, there's one right there. Just going to blow all of the creepers up. Because if creepers are standing below you, they'll do little damage. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take all these shulker boxes underground. This would definitely not be the way that I would like to go in this world. Another anvil, let's get to work. I'm also going to actually name my armor. So that is the ultimate helmet. It is now fully maxed out as well. The boots still need soul speed, which is why they're not quite ready yet. That is the ultimate chest plate done. And finally, the leggings. And now I'm going to do some armor that has no thorns on it. And these are just going to be called the backup boots, the backup helmet, and the backup chest plate and leggings. And that is it. I'm just going to do some combining of these books, and I think I can now safely load the world back up in 1.17. Right after I've slept, of course. So let's save and quit. Well, here we go, the moment of truth. Everything seems to have loaded fine. If we head on down here, look in the shulker box. Look at it. It is all maxed out. If I open my inventory, yes, I am wearing the fully maxed out armor. As we said, that is such a successful project. You can see why I needed so many levels. Look at that, I'm down to 93. I am a peasant. I am also in diamond armor, but I had to get back to 1.17 before I could get rid of the diamond armor. Let's get that render distance back up and then try and head over to my portal. That is if my portal still exists. As you can see, where it loaded the chunks, it is completely broken off. I think maybe my portal was in the other direction. Could have been much more organized for this. Don't know why I didn't bring food or obsidian. I have completely lost the portal. But I have no fear. I can just play some good old survival Minecraft and make my own. So let's grab a bit of flint, and we can make flint and steel. It's a shame that the armor glitch that lets you get, you know, ones that shouldn't be able to be put together doesn't work on things like your pickaxe and your sword and all that kind of thing. That would be really, really cool. But I guess I've just got to be happy with what I've got. Here's the lava that I walked past earlier. I'll quickly build a portal. Hopefully it connects to the portal that I already made on the other side. It does. Okay, perfect. So we're in this chest. Look at that. Some beautiful food. Just basically all of my good stuff. And I just got the advancement cover me in debris. Wait, does that mean... Oh my goodness. I've lost all my advancements that I did. Oh, are you kidding me? So I could go back to the older version to get better stuff, but... At what cost? There's another advancement, hot tourist. Basically, all the 1.16 ones are gone. Somehow, though, I don't think it'll be hard for me to get them back. Finally, I'm going to get Soul Speed 3 to put on these boots. So they're the backup ones, so we'll go ahead and put those on. Although, apparently, I don't have any other ones that are level 3. So, I guess it's time to do some bartering. Does that get me another advancement then? Yeah, you guys go and do that? Yeah, it does. I can pick up this and we can be like, oh, who's crying now? Or who's cutting onions? There we go. Unfortunately, though, I don't really have much gold. Let's also go and pick this up. We've got hidden in the depths. And now to the pigment farm. I just remember there's actually already loads of gold here ready and waiting. Oh my goodness. So I dropped my chest plate off the edge. I come down and this baby piglin's got it. Well, you're just a thief. And the problem is it was so powerful. Look, I had all my gold as well. I had all sorts on him. But there we go. Nobody could have the ultimate chest plate. It would have been the saddest moment ever if that's how I was to lose it. But there you go, guys. You enjoy yourself. There we go. I've got what I was looking for. Although somewhere along the lines I messed up and these are too expensive. That should not be the case. I might be able to save this though. I'm going to go and test something. Hello, good sir. I would like to purchase some thorns. Now then, will thorns go on the backup boots? Oh, they will. You know what? This is a great turn of events. How did I manage that? These ain't just the backups. These are the ultimate boots. And these, well, they're just the letdown boots, I'm afraid. Yeah, they've got thorns on, so I can't really use them for anything. Yeah, they're just going to exist. That is a massive relief. I thought I'd just completely screwed everything up for no reason. But no, instead, we've just got to get him upgraded to netherite. Also, can you believe that I've used up over 500 levels this episode? That is the really depressing part. I was aiming to get to level 1,000 and I've actually gone backwards, can you believe it? Also, you may be thinking that it's complete overkill and I don't actually need all of these on the armor, but because I'm mainly wearing my elytra, like, they're actually really useful, are all these extra ones. So, even though when I'm like this, like, it kind of, you know, it is overkill and they don't actually get used. But when I have my elytra on, they're all super useful. And I know you're probably thinking that I should just go back to 1.8 and get loads and loads of notch apples and get really OP that way. But even though that could technically be possible, you saw how, like, already a few things messed up going back to 1.14, like losing advancements. I think I'd lose every advancement and I just don't want to risk it. Thankfully, I didn't lose How Did We Get Here. That would have been very depressing. Today, I will go where few players have ever gone before. The world border in Minecraft. It's 30 million blocks away, which takes 30 to 40 hours of nether travel and hundreds of elytra. But I've invented a new contraption that literally slows down time in Minecraft and makes this whole task much easier and much cheaper. Now we're going to need 3 things to make it to the world border. Also, that's 27 notch apples altogether. The first of the 3 is more elytra. The second thing that I'll need is more time because it's going to take ages and ages to get to the world border and I've already lost like 20 days in this episode. You'll have to wait and see how I'm literally going to freeze time in my world. And then the final thing will be a way to get back. Otherwise, I'm just going to be trapped to the world border. It's going to take me forever to get back. So first things first, I'm going to begin by getting more elytra. Turns out I've already been here. That's That's not good at all, although I did leave some gold behind, so that's something. Will this entity be any better? Yes, indeed it will. Here we have the second one. The third is up ahead. There we go. Now I have 5 elytra in total, and now I've got 8 in total. I'm just going to get one more. Although since I'm a little bit paranoid and haven't completely done the calculations of how many elytra I actually need, whilst I will have 10 in total, I'm just going to get a few more. Because running out of elytra is basically the only thing that could go wrong with this entire plan. Well, technically, a lot of things could go wrong, but that's the one that worries me the most. And with that, every single one has Unbreaking 3 on it. It looks very nice indeed, doesn't it? So mission successful to get plenty of elytra. Apparently, I have an elytra right there as well. Next, I'm going to go to this AFK spot and build a tower with stone bricks up to the bedrock, which will have ladders on the side. And don't be deceived, this tower is going to be crucial for me being able to get to the world border. And now to fly all the way over here, go up above the bedrock and start destroying a bedrock hole right here. This is a very consistent way to break bedrock, as you can see. When I mine the piston, the bedrock is gone. And now to do it about 50 more times. And now all the bedrock pieces that needed to be removed have been taken away. This right here will be very, very useful later on. And whilst I'm up here, I might as well work on the chunk loader as well. It's going to be a pretty straightforward chunk loader. You've seen me do it quite a lot of times. Only this one won't use a comparator to detect every time that a item comes through. Instead, it'll just be attached to a clock that keeps going off. That way, it's got less chance of breaking. Because if this breaks at the wrong time, then it will be a disaster. So when I flick this lever, it will send a little pulse that will go round and items will go through these droppers. So if I go ahead and just fill this up with a bunch of random items, let's go stone bricks, you'll see that the stone bricks are getting dispensed and they will go through the portal. Although I will need to activate the portal and make one on the other side for that to work. So let's dig our way out of this cave. And even when I build a portal in a random place, I still see evidence that I've been here before. I think that's when I transported the pandas. No matter where I go, I always find some familiar place. This is where the other portal needs to be. And with that, we should have a fully working chunk loader. Although I am losing all the nuggets over there. I should put something to block them, shouldn't I? Let's now light it up, add some nuggets to this side, and hopefully it will work both ways now. Seems to be working fine. I'll just spawn proof the top of this portal. And that brings me yet another step closer to going to the world border. But there's one very, very important problem. Before any of that, I need to add the other side of the pigman farm. And this is basically the part that is going to literally slow down time. It's going to be trapdoors here and also here and on top of these as well. I'll add a couple of turtle eggs in here, which will be very well protected. Nothing's getting in there and nothing's getting in here either. And so the pigman will walk down this chute and into this hole. And that is where these vines come in. The pigman will try and climb on these vines, which will disable entity cramming, meaning we can get millions and millions of pigmen in here. And that is exactly what will slow down time. Probably a little complicated. It's because I built a terrible creeper farm that's super laggy that I realized I could use it to slow down time if I kind of tweaked it a bit and used pigmen instead. But discovering this very interesting mechanic is literally going to be the reason why I can get to the world border. So the farm that slows down time is ready. The chunk loader can be turned on any time. So I'm almost ready to go to the world border. But there is still one problem. And it would be quite a big problem really if I didn't solve it. When I go to the world border, I'm going to be 30 million blocks away. So I feel like it's probably pretty important that I have some sort of way to get back. Otherwise I'd have to make a very, very long journey home. And to do this, I'm going to use a really simple variation of wireless redstone that I've never used before. Super, super simple. Basically, if you sleep, then you get teleported back. So I'm just going to build one at spawn. If I go to sleep at the world border, I'll come back instantly. The plan is completely foolproof. But before I do that, I'm going to repair my items. So in order to build this particular wireless redstone, we're not going to need very many items at all. Just a few repeaters, a bunch of redstone, composters, and comparators. So let's now head over to spawn and build this teleporting device. As you can see, the redstone's pretty simple and it's all set up. Once I place this trapdoor and remove the kelp, the stasis chamber will be done. The final thing for me to do is fly over here, grab some melons, and then fill these composters up a few layers. This one's 6 layers and this one 5. Now to throw in an ender pearl and travel really far away so I can test it. I'll offload all these items first, grab a chest and plenty of pearls so that one will never run out. And now to go a very, very long distance away. I've come all the way to the fortress farm, which will be good for getting more bone meal and coal. But more importantly, if I go through here, for some reason it's taking me to a lush cave, which is interesting. And in theory, if I sleep, I would teleport back, but being the idiot that I am, I left it a little bit too late. Let's go to sleep and see what happens. So as soon as I wake up, in theory, yes, it's teleported. I've lost my bed, actually, but it did work. That is the main thing. We can go to the world border and actually be able to get back, which was my main concern. Let's reset the stasis chamber. Although, actually, I'm going to leave it for now in case I want to sleep. I'll do it just before I set off. I'd rather not go to sleep and randomly end up at spawn when I don't want to be. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. Let's empty out the contents of this shulker box. And now to try and remember where I put all the elytra. Okay, it was in this chest. I'm also going to require a spare bed, so I'm stealing this one. Let's dye it black just for effect. And this is how things are going to look. This is going to be my inventory for the journey. In fact, I'm going to just take out another stack of fire rockets. I've got loads of elytra. I'm not sure if I'm going to really need them all, but once I'm in the air, I can't really leave the air, so I need them in my inventory. Most importantly, there are ender chests in here, so I can access all my items. I will need the flint and the obsidian to get off the bedrock roof. There's only one thing now that I'd like to do. I'd like to make a banner that I can place at the world border to prove that I was there. Although to create one, I'm going to have to actually remember how to make a banner. I'm going to need an oxide daisy. I'm using my precious firework rockets and elytra already. Pretty sure there's got to be some of them. Yeah, there's right here. Perfect. With that, I can make a flower charge banner pattern. Let's craft the banner. And I need something now that I've apparently never made in my world. A loom. Pretty straightforward to craft. It can go in this room full of the things that nobody ever uses. And we're going to put the banner kind of thing like this. So yeah, we go like that. Next we go with this one. Then this one. Yeah, it's not quite looking like a penguin just yet, is it? If I do this, all of a sudden it does kind of look like a penguin. And I just need to sort the beak out now. And then a bit of orange there. And I can tidy up the final bit by doing this. There we go. I have got myself a penguin banner ready for the world border. I can go in there. Let's make sure we've got all the fire. This is it now, guys. This is the final send-off, okay? I don't know where this pattern's gonna go. No more drills. This is it. I'll eat a final pork chop. I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be. But because I am gonna leave my PC on for the next 40 hours because I cannot reload the world once I start the journey, I'm gonna restart my PC right now. Okay, I'm now back. I'm gonna go ahead and try and collide with this place. It's a bit broken, so if I do something like that, there we go, we teleported. I just want to kind of replace it just to be safe. If I can't get back, I will be I'll be very, very screwed. In fact, it's going dark, so I should probably sleep anyway, so it's going to teleport me when I sleep. There we go. At least we know it's working. Place that in there. Once I head through this portal, there really is no going back. The mob switch needs to be turned off, and this chunk loader must be switched on. From what I can tell, the chunk loader is working perfectly. And now, as I head down here and get into position, the lag machine will be starting as pigmen go through the portals. The reason I need to build this down in perimeter is if I did it on the bedrock roof, it would just be way slower. It would take far too long. So this is why I've created a super fast one. I'm going to take off my current elytra and put on a brand new pair as well. And I need about 16 stacks of rockets, so I've got all of them. I've got plenty of elytra. I don't think I can be any more ready. I just have to now wait for the game to get laggier and laggier. And in fact, you can probably see that the game is already very laggy. Look at that. I've broken the trapdoor, and it's probably going to take about 4, 5, 6 seconds. I'm going to get it so that it takes about a minute and a half for that trapdoor to drop, and then I'll know that time is going slow enough for me to make it to the world border in time. But you can already see that the movement's pretty laggy over there. I can't really show you because they'll despawn if I go there, but go on the other side of the portals. The pigmen aren't despawning. They're not having entity cramming because they're climbing on vines, and the chunk loader is keeping them loaded even when I travel, millions of blocks away. So that is why they're causing, the tick rate to really slow down. And I'll be back in about 30 minutes when things are super slow. It's been a while, so I'm once again going to break this and see how long it takes. That took 1 minute and 5 seconds, so we're getting there, but there's still a little bit to go yet. 1 minute 30 is my goal. And now it's time to do the test again. I think this time we might be ready to go. And you can see on the F3 menu that it's still day 2886, even though I restarted my PC 40 minutes ago, so, that should have been a Minecraft day in that time. But because time has been slowed down, this day is going to last for hours and hours. And it took 1 minute and 50 seconds. Alright, time has definitely slowed down enough for us to set off. I'll have my final pork chops, which are going to take forever to eat. In hindsight, I should have done the eating before I slowed down time. It's really taking forever. Are we eating one? Okay, it took about 2 minutes. The eating has been successful. Now to wait a minute and a half for this shulker box to drop. Let's do it. Okay, this is why I built a ladder here so I could easily get up without having to, fly through a tiny gap. I'm using mini HUD to show my coordinates in the top left just so that, the F3 screen can be a little bit big. And we have now made it to the bedrock roof. Now, because time has slowed down, chunks won't really load properly. They'll kind of be a bit slow in loading. And if I try and use a firework rocket whilst loading new chunks, it will go wrong. So I need to look directly upwards now. And I just need to get going. And there we go. We're flying up now. And look how high it sent me, okay? So one rocket. Okay, hold on. Let's Well, that didn't work. I just went right back down to 1.5 hearts. Take 2. Okay. You can see it's a bit laggy to get going, but I'm just going to use a bunch of firework rockets just to get up to speed a little bit. But this firework rocket, once I'm going, will get me quite high. So we're at 500 blocks in the air now. Now I'm going to use another rocket just so I get to Y2000. We're going to see how high this one rocket gets me. Because I've slowed down time, the boost works for so much longer. So far, it's got me up 1,000 blocks and it's still no signs of slowing. And it was 1,750-ish, something like that. Which means roughly every minute I'm going to release a new rocket. And that's how I'm going to get to the world border with very few resources. You'll notice that we're at 7,700 blocks in the air. And my durability has gone down by 1 on my elytra, so I'm not even going to go through my elytra thanks to this machine. But I've got to get to 410,000 blocks in the air, so if you think I'm going to sit here for the next few hours and do that, I'm not. I've got an autoclicker every minute. That autoclicker is going to right click, release a rocket, and I'll just keep checking in on it and making sure that everything is okay. Look at that, guys. We have just surpassed 50,000 blocks in the air. And after traveling those 50,000 blocks, we've literally only used 13 durability. I might even only need 1 elytra for this entire journey, or 2 or 3 at most. And I was out of the room whilst it happened, but we have made it to 105,000 blocks. I've just got like 300,000 to go. The elytra durability, look at that, still 400. Absolutely perfect. Let's just keep flying high up into the sky. So I've left it for 4 or 5 hours. We are 470,000 blocks up in the air. My elytra have barely broken going all that distance, which is pretty crazy. I also don't know what day it is, because if you go above the build limit, then it doesn't tell you the day on the F3 menu, which is a bit weird. All I know is that I'm high enough to start gliding into brand new chunks, and it should all work fine. The chunk loader should stay loaded, so I need to look at about an angle of basically of 0 and directly north. And we're gliding. We're going, okay? Because we're so high, we can't load chunks below us because we're miles away. I get my totem back into my offhand. And yeah, this is me now. The beauty of this is that I can go ahead and just leave. Like, I can do other things on my computer now. I don't have to leave the window open, which is good. It's just going to be gliding. I have to keep allowing the elytra durability. And it's just going to be like 30 to 40 hours of me gliding now. And we've made it to 5,000 blocks. We've just got 3,995,000 to go. Yeah, I'm going to need another cup of tea. A few more hours have passed and I've made it to 375,000 blocks. I also realized I can change my angle to 25 because I'm high enough. It'll make me fly much faster and get there. So it's only going to take me about 20 hours now. And I've got enough height so that I won't hit the ground before I get to my destination. It's getting late, so I'm going to leave this running overnight. And I'll keep checking on it through the night to make sure nothing goes wrong. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Well, guys, about 18 hours have passed since I first started gliding. And we are at 2.87 million blocks. We've got under 1 million to go. By my calculations, we've got 6 hours to go. Then I can make a new portal. And I'll finally be at the world border. Also, as you can see, this elytra has been used for ages and it's been absolutely fine. I might as well just switch up into a new elytra. And that will probably get me all the way there. So yeah, I'll leave this flying for a bit. And yeah, see you at 3,700,000 blocks. Look at this, guys. We have just surpassed 3 million blocks. As well as that, you'll see that I'm kind of in a void. I don't really look like I'm in the nether, but if I go ahead and just pause the game, you'll see that the chunks load, and then I'm back, and then I disappear, and I'll kind of fly back out of the loaded chunks. That's why it just looks like I'm flying in a snowstorm or something weird. Alrighty, 760,000 blocks to go now. We are now more or less at the place that we need to be. We're about 1,000 blocks away, but I'm quite high, so I'm just going to start flying directly downwards. Pretty soon, I'm going to hit the ground. I should probably be careful. Yeah, let's be graceful. You can see it's flickering though, the textures when I move. That's just a sodium bug, so if I save and quit the game, and now when I've reloaded the world, as you can see, the flickering is gone. Now, I'm not quite in the right position. We're on day 2889, by the way. I'm just finding that out. In 3 Minecraft days, I made it to the world border. That's got to be kind of a world record, even though I slowed down time to do it. I've got a pretty exact position that I want to make the portal. And it feels kind of fitting that I would graciously walk the last few blocks. All this running is making me hungry. I kind of forgot what it's like to eat. In fact, I can probably just get all my tools back. I don't need all these firework rockets anymore. You'll also notice that because I reloaded the world, that turned off the chunk loader and the lag machine has been stopped. So I can place things, break them instantly, absolutely no problem. And this right here is the very spot. Why have I placed the bed right here? Well, guys, this is the moment that I end my hardcore series. I'm going to blow myself. Just kidding, guys. All right, I wouldn't do that. You'll have to wait until the 3,000 days episode to know what this bed is going to be used for. It'll be very cool indeed. So you're probably tired of waiting. Let's go ahead and go through the portal and see what is going to be there. At least I wish I could go through, but there's one small problem. I built a teleporter that when you sleep, it teleports you back, which is a good thing. But I believe that if I enter the nether in the day and then come home at night, it might trigger it. I haven't tested it. I don't want to risk it. So I went during the day. I'm going to wait until the day counter goes up 1 to 3890, and then I'll go through. That way I don't get teleported back instantly. It would just be a disaster. It's now day 2890, so we are going to do the monumental moment and head through the portal. This is it, guys. This is a long time in the making. the world border, the edge of my Minecraft world. I cannot go any further. It blocks you from exploring past this. And look at this, 2999983. I believe if you go a little, you can go a little bit further with pearls, but like, you know what? Yes, there's a chance that I could die trying this, but let's just do it, okay? Put my chest plate on as well for a bit of extra protection. Life outside the world border, guys. So you can go up to 29999, which is kind of that way. I don't want to go too far because you can get stuck. I can come here. I'm kind of safe, which is good. But yeah, we made it to the world border. I should stay on the safe side of the border. We can't pass back through now. Only ender pearls will get you through. Here is the banner that will prove that the penguin was indeed there. And it is actually possible to use pistons to make something known as ghost blocks. So if I can grab a little bit of cobblestone and grab some sticks from a dead bush to make a lever. I believe I have all the materials right here to make a piston. There we go. That can be crafted. If I put a piston facing this way and then a lever. So you can't actually push anything through the world border technically. So if I go like this, you'll see like it kind of just goes inside and it's super weird. And if I pull it back, like it is there, but it isn't there, because now if you look, I can do something like that. As you can see, there's two blocks in the same place, which is super weird. And I think I can only break the crafting table. Yeah, the oak one is completely glitched. And so by creating some slabs, you can do something very cursed like this. So you can push that one away and then you can put a slab on top. And look at that. I have got an illegal slab in Minecraft. It's half and half. Very cool indeed. So you can basically do that. Everything, you know, stairs, any funny shaped blocks and stuff like that. And what about this one? I flick that and then we put an anvil inside of it and it's like, well, part anvil, part slab. You can have some fun with it. It looks a little wacky. But to be honest, guys, there's not too much else to do it. Like, it's just the achievement of getting here that I'm very impressed with. And this will not be the last time that I manage to come here, okay? Mark my words, guys. All right, you'll just have to wait and see how I do that. But the final thing to do is place a bed. Once we wake up and it turns to day, yes, we're back home.